everyone. I'm just gonna do this quick. Well, it's not gonna be quick because I'm on a rant story. So I did the unboxing of the Louis Vuitton, and I should have turned off comments because, of course, there was some stupid bitch on here that I had to block. Actually, a couple of stupid bitches who assumed I got it from Cora Bags, which I didn't, and had the nerve to write, "You guys, if you really want to get a replica that's much less expensive, you can go to such and such." Like, that is just, to me, I wouldn't even think to do that to somebody on somebody's video. I didn't do my hair. It's in a treatment kind of thingy, majingy. And so, obviously, they got blocked. And then I unpublished the video because I called her a cunt. So I'll probably edit that part out because it's not very nice to do on a video of a replica bag that was sent to me. Okay, you want to know what my plan is? This is my plan. I know I sound like I'm really angry. I'm not. I'm just done. I'm done with all of the bullshit from all of the people, from all inconsiderate. Look at how crazy this looks. Look, all inconsiderate people in this world, and a lot of them live in California. By the way, I don't have any makeup on, just lip gloss. I'm gonna move. I'm not sure when. I think it's gonna have to be a two-parter, so I'll move once again in California to another one-bedroom that's less expensive than where I'm living. Because I'm not really sure where Burke is going to school next year. If he stays in California, I'll stay in California. But if he leaves California, I'm 100% leaving California. 100%. I feel like the people generally in California, I'm talking generally, obviously, there are people that I like Trish, like Cindy, like Mary. I mean, but generally speaking, I will have been here 4 years in January, and I come from Boston, where we're called massholes. But in Boston, people are more stoic, more conservative as far as, even though it's a Democratic state, but more conservative as far as their friendliness. But I would say that Californians in general are the way that they drive. They're rude, they're inconsiderate, selfish, entitled. Like, people will come to a red light, be stopped at a red light, and no one will let you in. That's it in a nutshell. That is California in a nutshell. The job market, the way that you're treated at jobs, the people that are nicest, which surprisingly is not the case in like Boston, are the local workers, such as El Pollo Loco or CVS, or the minimum paid fast drive-through or CVS workers. They are nicer than in Boston, but the actual people, ugh. And I'm talking about native Californians, obviously, not people that just moved here. I'm getting gas. Okay, that's my experience, generally speaking. Like, they drive so fast, they don't let anybody in. Okay, I just got gas at a very inexpensive, $3.69. So I filled up my tank, $48. Might as well fill it up while it's cheap. So anyway, so I was going on about like native Californians, people like Dan and Darlene, if they're watching. Oh God, just was reading over texts. Shouldn't save texts of people that are threatening to do things to you, because it's so upsetting. But what I wanted to say is, so I'm going to move from where I live now to someplace cheaper. And see, like, there's not enough room. I made a mistake. There's not enough room, but they'll just bang into me or beep. So I'll move to someplace not that, a little bit less expensive, $1,700 a month for about a year. And then I'm moving probably to Sarasota. I have friends in Tampa, friends in Orlando. I have people that I know in Florida. And one of my very good friends just moved from California to Florida. I just have to work out logistics. And in Florida, I can get probably a 2-bedroom. I want something small. Somebody wrote me on my YouTube channel saying that for about $1,500 a month, I can get over 1,000 square foot. I don't want a big place at all because I can't clean it. But then I realized I'm going to get a cleaning person that might come once a week. This is what my life is going to be in a couple of years. You wait and see. I'm going to live in Florida. I'm going to live in I'm going to try to get a small 2nd bedroom just so that Burke has a place to come and have a room when he, so my Social Security disability will pay for more than my rent. It will pay more than my rent. My car will be paid off in a year and a half. And I will get a part-time job, as always, and continue to do Scentsy. And maybe do YouTube. I might have a very private channel. I don't know. Maybe Patreon. Very inexpensive, but enough to just keep out all of the garbage. All of the garbage that's on there that watches for free, the takers of this world. And you know, if I know you and I love you and you love me and you couldn't afford it, it would be free, as long as, you know, I know who you are. I wouldn't charge for that. I'd purely be charging, not even to make money, but to sort of announce my Scentsy, obviously, but that'll be done on Instagram, because even my YouTube videos don't get a lot of hits from Scentsy. It's my Instagram. And then I'm done with all of it. I'm done. I'm gonna be done with it. And it'll be the fault of the losers of the world. And maybe things will eventually change and people will learn to be better people, because repercussions will happen, you know? People will stop. YouTube is changing. It's changed a lot. People are going to stop putting up with the bullshit. You think YouTube is going to be free forever? Even now, you get YouTube Premium, you can pay for it. It's changing. And it's changing because of the, you know, people that do the shitty things ruin it for everybody else? Like stealing. You know? Like stealing. When you steal, even that one little lip gloss, lipstick, whatever, it raises the prices for everyone else. Oh, here are my neighbors. And so, anyways, that's what's going to happen. Hi. Hi. Have you, it's going to rain? Yeah. For 3 days, right?
Yeah. Something like that.
Ay vey.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to flip out.
Oh, yeah. Black Friday.
And the drivers are going to be like, oh.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah.
I hate driving on a Friday. Good thing I'm off at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, I work at 5:30 a.m.
Me too.
Oh.
I work at 5 a.m.
5:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m.
I work tomorrow at 5:30 to 2:30, and then Friday at 5 to 2.
Yeah, I work tomorrow in the morning also.
It's on the road, yeah.
Yep. So, anyways, that's my plan. That's a dog. My skin looks really glowy because I went to Ulta and I tried on that Kim Kardashian highlighter, and then I also tried the Jeffree Star Strawberry Continuous Spray, and I didn't get it, but boy, it's pretty. Just to add, so the reason I think Californians in general are like this is because when you have to learn to deal with people on public transportation, you learn how to deal with people. You have to interact. You don't operate in a vacuum. And the reason that they operate in a vacuum is because everyone has a place to go and a destination. There's no like, let's take a Sunday drive. They don't know from that. You know, you grow up in New Hampshire, you grow up in Vermont, in Boston, in a smaller town where it's not a rat race. And, you know, I used to like go and smoke cigarettes in my car and take a drive. With my first husband, we used to just like drive around and look at houses. Now, the rat race is New York City, but that's different because New York City, New Yorkers are so friendly because they're standing with each other all the time on public transportation, in the streets, getting in and out of cabs, sharing cabs, things like that. But California, they didn't have to do that, so everyone's out to get there first, get there on time, work their asses off for very little, and then come home and they take it out. They don't know how to be. That is my theory. And you know, my friend Maria, who's from Boston and New York and then moved here, when I first came here, she was like, she didn't want to say it, but she was like, yeah, she's not thrilled with San Diego and the people there. And now I understand why. There's no culture. There's no history when you've grown up in a place that has that. It's very hard. So in Florida, I'll be living the life. Car will be paid off. Apartment will be so much I won't be house poor. I'll be able to help my son with school and college and maybe afterwards when he needs an apartment. I don't know how much of this is going up because I'm talking a lot. Like, Instagram's not made for this. But I'm going to put this also on my YouTube channel, this whole thing. I want to be able to help my child, you know, for the rest of his life as long as he needs it. And I won't be able to retire here. And not that I see myself ever not working in some capacity, because Working is so good for the soul. It's good for the brain. I never want to not work in some way, whether it's making jewelry, making perfumes, volunteering, doing something. I'll be able to do that in Florida. Gas will be cheaper, no state tax, apartment will be cheaper. It's just going to be good all around. I just have to figure logistics of how to get from here to there with 3 or 2. We'll see what happens with Bella. 3 animals. I'm going to need advice. You guys, you're all replying to my story, saying the most bizarre things. I don't understand how things are so misunderstood by so many. I thought I was really clear. I'm getting texts from people saying that Florida is so much worse than where I am now. And you're talking about a whole state? I'm not talking about the entire state of California. I'm talking about the area that I live in. And I'm not talking about all of Florida. And I don't care what your experience is in Florida, because that's your experience. And you haven't come from where I've come from, right? Unless you've traveled in the exact same shoes in the exact same way and are my, twin or something. I'm not basing my decision on anything that anybody has to tell me about their experience. That's like if somebody has a bad experience at CVS, do I not go to CVS because there was an employee there that was rude to you because you tried to return something without a receipt or whatever the case is? You know what I mean? I don't get it. Oh, don't move to Florida. You'll hate it. The people there are so much worse than the people than where you're living. Are you living? Did you ever live where I live? Did you come from Boston? You live where I live? And haters will not be the reason that I will leave YouTube. It will be because of stupid comments that I can't take anymore. Just stop. Okay, I just want to make this clear. I'm not talking about the entire state of California. I'm not talking about the entire state of New York. I'm not talking about the entire state of Florida, the entire state of Boston. When I say Boston, I'm talking about where I lived. When I say New York, I was talking about New York City, Manhattan, not upstate New York, not Poughkeepsie, Fishkill, Afton, Albany. I haven't been there. I was talking about what my experience has been, and I'm talking about Southern California in general. Very big general statement. The thing, I guess, that's so aggravating is just that, people, unless you say exact, people just don't understand what you're trying to say. You guys aren't 14 years old that you take everything I say so literally. Expand a little. I'm not saying it that this is a hard and fast rule. I'm making a general sweep of my feelings, of my thoughts. That's all. There's not even a discussion to be had, honestly. Because it's how I feel. It's my experience. What are you going to say? It was your experience too? Okay. All right. It's not your experience? Okay. All right. I don't get it. I don't understand. Oh. I opened up the Chanel bag. Oh my God, I want to show you guys so bad. It's so gorgeous. I wish it was a little bigger, but it's gorgeous. Like when I say you're going to die, I don't mean you're going to die. You know what? My bad. I should have just turned off comments on the video unboxing the Louis Vuitton. I don't know why I had comments on there. It should have just been no comments. So I'm going to be putting it back up on my channel. And then I don't know, is there a way to turn off comments for your Instagram stories? Because some of what I'm saying doesn't warrant a comment. It just doesn't, there's nothing to say. I'm just speaking my mind. By the way, this is all going up on YouTube, where I can control the comments.